I'm Lieutenant Frank Drebin, Police Squad.
So, 80s fans, you think you've seen it all? Okay, Buster Poindexter, get a load of this.
Bring on the bimbos, baby!
It's I Love the 80s 3D, and this is 1988. The flicks.
Here come two words for you. Shut the up.
The fashions. The trends. The tunes. The TV.
You guys hear me?
Coming at you in life-altering 3D. Whoa! A totally awesome year that gave us these burning questions. Who the hell's calling all those party lines?
Meet new friends or just listen in. Everybody's doing it.
A bunch of people on the phone together.
What's the best way to hide your micro machines?
If you've ever tried it, they fit perfectly up your rectum.
And should anyone pay good money to watch Tom Cruise twirl a bottle of booze?
What's with the juggling? Are you spending 6 to 7 minutes per drink? Just give me my beard, shut up.
The answers to those questions, plus sniffing Lita Ford.
Lita Ford looked hot, but she also looked like she might smell like a dumpster.
And Cher hooks up with the Bagel Boy.
Cher, I brought you some bagels. You want some bagels?
You're so hot. Oh. She was getting her bagel stuffed. God bless her.
Because you love the 80s.
All right.
Because you're still thinking about growing a rat tail, admit it. This is 1988 3D. On a collision course with your face.
My name is Julius, and I'm your twin brother.
Oh, obviously. The moment I sat down, I thought I was looking into a mirror. Twins, I love that movie. Danny DeVito, Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's a cinematic classic right there.
Twins is about a set of fraternal twins separated at birth.
They're twins, and they don't look anything alike. Because it's... Nobody likes a smartass, all right? Scientists gathered a bunch of stuff from a bunch of great genetic prospects, and they made what they thought would be the perfect man.
And so Arnold Schwarzenegger got all the good genes, and then Danny DeVito got the fuzzy end of the lollipop.
She told me that I am the leftover crap, that I'm no good. And they see each other the first time, and he's like, "You're my brother, I love you. We're twins." Julius, you're all swelled up. Listen, your brother, your twin brother. And it's funny because they had the exact same traits. They did the thing with the plate when they were eating. They would turn it around and they would say the same mantra. Through the lips, over the gums.
Look at stomach, here it comes, Tom.
I like when they go shopping and they both get matching outfits and they're walking down the streets in their little matching shirts and their pants. That was so cute.
There's just some great stuff on there, like when he's singing along. Take out the papers and the trash. Are you gonna get no spending cash? Yakety yak.
Don't talk back. Money.
Who was the girl in that? The one, the hot girl? Kelly Preston.
Was it Kelly Preston?
That was Kelly Preston, Mrs. John Travolta. She ends up seducing Arnold for the first time.
What does it do now?
We'll figure it out.
She's all excited afterwards, and he's just like... You actually believed it, too. You're like watching the movie, like Arnold's finally getting some. And then, of course, for the cheesy Hollywood ending, Arnold is married to Kelly Preston, Danny DeVito's married to Kelly Preston's sister, and, of course, they both have sex with twins. Yakety yak.
For a good time, call 1-550-TEEN. It's like having a party on the phone. Let's party now. I remember in the 80s, they started the party lines.
A bunch of people on the phone together.
Meet new friends or just listen in. Everybody's doing it.
You would call, and there would just be like 20 people. Basically, it's a conference call.
You like Bruce Springsteen? Everybody likes Bruce.
Hey, Hal, it's Mo.
Hey, Mo.
Michael, are you there too?
Hi, Hal. Hi, Mo. How are you guys?
What's up?
Where's Rachel?
Hi guys, what's up?
Hey, do you guys want to rock out?
That's so crazy.
So what are you guys gonna do tomorrow night? Go out? Yeah, me neither.
That's funny, Hal.
No, come on, catch up.
Yikes.
Hello? Yeah,
All I remember is going on the phone and being all nervous, like, I'm gonna go on the party line. There could be bad kids, you know, kids who are like, hey, you get high.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
We'd make dates with people, like with guys who would never show up. This guy I'm talking to, a 10 I would rate. With Party Line, Fun Line, a new social life I'll create.
Kind of like a precursor to the internet chat room. I personally call it loser phone.
I don't know, it's just really, I feel really lonely.
Okay, hold on. Welcome to say. Fart. I can't believe you said that.
But most don't realize until it's too late that the calls are also costing a lot of money.
It was very expensive.
My sister got into big trouble. Yeah, she ran up some big phone bills calling party lines.
Yeah, party lines were fun until you got the bill and your parents wanted to kill you.
I gotta go. The bill's really expensive and my mom's mad at me again. Okay, bye.
Let's do this again, and don't be late. Talk to you soon. Tuesday at 8.
Back in 1988, Cher got her a young hot thing.
I found someone.
When Cher hooked up with Rob at the Bagel Boy, that was big news.
Even at 4 a.m. this past Wednesday, I had 3 cars follow me all the way from the airport to the house.
Why did they call him the Bagel Boy? He made bagels, for God's sakes.
Rob Spaghetti, Rob Capoletti, Rob... What's his name?
Rob Camilletti was your quintessential Italian hot guy. Dark black hair, deep looking eyes, olive skin.
Cher, I brought you some bagels. You want some bagels? I got lox, I got cream cheese. You're so hot. Oh.
Cher loved to get him naked and spread him with cream cheese and throw some Nova on top, maybe a big piece of red onion.
She was getting her bagel stuff? God bless her.
You like them young, huh, Cher? Because they go fast, don't you?
You guys are nosy bastards, aren't you?
If a Bagel Boy asked me out and you look like Rob, hey, I'd go for it. Would I go out with a Bagel Boy? Never. Not that trash.
I wouldn't mind dating somebody 20 years younger if they had a big...
Buster Poindexter sang a very popular song called Hot, Hot, Hot.
Party people all around me feeling hot, hot, hot.
Who was Buster Poindexter?
Buster Poindexter was a different persona, and the guy who played him was...
John, don't tell me. David Johannesburg. David Johansen or something like that, right?
Some of you older kids may remember this. I was in a band called the New York Dolls. David Johansen from the New York Dolls was cool. But Buster was even cooler. You know, he reinvented himself. He also blew his whole career from that, but it was a good moment.
Yeah, we rum bum bum bum. I love that song. That's like an anthem for a Caribbean vacation, wasn't it?
You'd hear hot, hot, hot at any place that involved wet clothing and possibly at the dog track. Hot, hot, hot.
It starts with that. And everybody stops. It's like, you know, it's like the call from the mountain. And it's a whole section where it's like, people in the party, hot, hot, hot. And you're like, really? Are they hot, hot, hot? Because anybody doing this line dance, not hot.
Coming up, Tom Cruise's pioneering work in cocktail technology.
It's really just about a guy who's really good at flipping bottles. I've been training for this my whole life.
And the dirty girl appeal of Lita Ford.
Oh, Lita Ford was hot. I mean, I don't know what her face looked like, but it was all just hair and breasts and leather. Oh.
Next on I Love the 80s 3D, 1988. But first, movies that should have been made in 3D.
Hey, 3D fans. Weird Al Yankovic here. Practically... TV and into your living room with a movie that should have been made in 3D for 1988. Rain Man should definitely have been in 3D. Definitely 3D. Yeah. Caddyshack 2. Right, 3D. That's what was missing from this sequel. Well, yeah, that and Ted Knight, Rodney Dangerfield, Bill Murray, and, stuff that was actually funny. And of course, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. In 3D, she could really... Oh, just make up your own stupid joke about large breasts here. And there you have it, the movies that should have been made in 3D for 1988. Because 2 dimensions just aren't enough.
3D! Paula Abdul here, bringing you the teen idols who covered your bedroom walls back in 1988. The Coreys, double the pleasure, double the fun. Michael Hutchence, in X Sexy. And Justine's dreamy little brother, Jason Bateman. Those were the teen idols of 1988. You really want to love them forever. I love 3D.
Cocktail. I love cocktails. Someone give me some bottles.
It's about Tom Cruise being the best bartender in the world. And I didn't even know that was possible.
I've been training for this my whole life.
The story is wrapped up in the title. I mean,
It's a cocktail.
It's really just about a guy who's really good at flipping bottles.
Tom Cruise was very hot as the bartender flipping the bottle.
Round and round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows.
That's right. Look at the drink I just flipped.
Whoa!
He's spending 6 to 7 minutes per drink?
Isn't it enough that you're drunk? What's with the juggling?
Just give me my beer. Shut up.
These drinks are going to be very tasty.
Don't worry. Be happy.
Well, welcome to my most humble, dishonorable establishment.
Tom Cruise falls in love with Elizabeth Shue. He's sort of a player.
He was always looking for the get-rich scheme plan, and he ends up cheating on this girl with a woman that he knows is filthy rich.
I saw you go off with that woman. She's such an ass.
He came back and he fought for her and he got her back. And they get married and it's happily ever after in Cocktail Land.
A toast to the bride and to my nephew. All the happy.
The thing I remember about that film, of course, is Beach Boys' Kokomo. That was the worst song ever.
I love that song. That's my favorite song.
It's almost like a children's song with all the rhyming.
You could not go anywhere without hearing that song in 1988.
That's where I wish she wants to go. Way down in Kokomo.
In the video, John Stamos is like playing like a steel drum. What the hell is John Stamos doing there?
And suddenly the Beach Boys were cool.
Kokomo. Was that a place? Kokomo is a small town in Indiana that sounds like it should be a island getaway.
This is bull Beach Boys. Never heard of Kokomo?
I love 88.
The Micro Machine Man here, presenting the genuine original, colossally collectible, most midget miniature replicas of the real thing, Micro Machines.
Micro Machines. I love Micro Machines. I had like 1,000 of them.
Wow, there's so many Micro Machines to choose from. I'll take this one and this one and this one. Micro Machines. Like Hot Wheels, but smaller.
You could swallow basically 10 of them at once.
They look delicious. They look fruity. They're all different multicolors.
Eddie Murphy used to sing a song about putting things up your butt, and I always imagined that this is what he was singing about. If you've ever tried it, they fit perfectly up your rectum.
You give a little boy a little cause, he's in heaven.
These are mine. I brought these from home.
Look at that. Lamborghini Miura. This is the one I can never get, the Lamborghini Diablo. I can never find this one.
A Woody.
But that's not all.
Micro Machines were good because they had that fast-talking commercial guy.
The Micro Machine Man! The Micro Machine Man here, flexing my mighty micro muscles so that I can lift an entire super saving rig with one hand. They had found out through different studies that kids really like to imitate the fast talking.
We would actually tape the commercial and pause and try and figure out everything he was saying.
The new Micro Machine Super City Toolbox playset.
These Micro Machines are so great, you could collect all of them. They come in all different styles and all different shapes, and you'll enjoy playing with them and putting them up your butt.
He might have been a little hopped up on something.
These machines are really great. You get a boat and a plane and a dog.
I don't want to say crack.
Free Micro Machines, collectors, poster offers, both saving your money.
But I definitely want to say crack.
Each one comes with its own special edition Micro Machine vehicle and fun, fantastic features.
Micro Machines are the kind of toy that if I still had, I would really probably still play with them.
I just could not believe that so many of these little stinking toys got bought.
Remember, if it doesn't say Micro Machines, it's not the real thing.
I went to the party last Saturday night. I didn't get mad. I got in a fight. It ain't no big thing.
Oh, Lita Ford in the Kiss Me Deadly video. That was a hot video.
One of the best opening lyrics ever.
It's kind of hard to say what Lita was thinking about when she wrote that song. Probably went to a party, like, I don't know, on Saturday night. Didn't get laid. Probably got into a fight.
What kind of life are you leading? And you're like, I didn't get laid, I got in a fight. No big thing. Your goals are just amazing.
It was always like a fantasy of mine, Lita Ford. You know she'd be nasty if you ever got to be with her.
Lita Ford was hot. I mean, I don't know what her face looked like, but it was all just hair and breasts and leather. Oh.
Come on, pretty baby, kiss me deadly. I don't know what that meant, but it was a good song and she was pretty.
Lita Ford looked hot, but she also looked like she might smell like a dumpster.
She seems scary. She made me nervous. I thought she was going to kill me. Maybe the lead singer from Rat really liked her.
God, man. Sure, Lita's the Unsolved Mysteries is my favorite.
I loved Unsolved Mysteries because, well, one, they never got solved.
Perhaps someone tonight can help them. Perhaps they were watching. Perhaps it's you.
Unsolved Mysteries dealt with every mystery that was known to man.
Abductions,
Breaking with a murder.
Supernatural.
missing persons.
Just hearing the theme song would make me want to wet my pants.
Bung, 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 bung. Robert Stack was the host, and he was a little eerie.
Who am I? I was always terrified of the reenactments.
Weird actors that weren't quite committed to their roles.
Give me your wallet. Why don't you guys just leave us alone?
The reenactments weren't exactly gritty or realistic. They were more on the par of a Lifetime movie.
Can I help you with something?
See that picture of that boy over there?
Yeah, what about it?
You might as well take it down. I'm gonna find him dead in 2 days.
I thought the dramatic reenactments were the actual footage.
Put the camera down and help.
You could have just stopped filming and, ran in front of it.
Oh, it's just a reenactment.
Kay had seen a glimpse of a man walking past the open doorway.
It's the kind of show you don't want to watch, but you can't really look away from.
The hairs are standing up on my arm right now thinking of it.
I Love Radio. Coming up, the subtle charm of Morton Downey Jr.
Sit down, you bastard. Listen, you
And Naked Gun satisfies your appetite for dumb jokes.
It's stupidity on stupidity.
Cuban? No, Dutch-Irish. My father was from Wales.
Next on I Love the 80s 3D, 1988. But first,
Chuck Woolery here with the best on-screen hookup of 1988. Kevin Costner and Susan Sarandon. And Tim Robbins in Bull Durham. In baseball, there's a strong bond between a pitcher and catcher, but both players romancing the same woman is bound to cause trouble on the field and off. Though Kevin gets the girl on screen, it's Tim who scored the real-life love connection with Susan. There you have it. Kevin Costner and Susan Sarandon. And Tim Robbins. The best on-screen hookup of 1988. And we'll see you in 2 and 2.
I love the 3D.
Hello, darling.
Elvira here with the biggest boobs of 1988. Oh, would you hold on and just get your mind out of the gutter? I don't mean these boobs. I'm talking about Dan Quayle. The vice president who once said, one word sums up probably the responsibility of any vice president. And that one word is to be prepared. Hey, Dan, how do you spell boob? Here's to you, Mr. Vice President, the biggest boob of 1988. And I'm an expert.
I'll do it for 100,000.
100,000? Are you out of your mind? This is an easy gig. It's a midnight run, for sakes.
Midnight Run, awesome movie.
Loved Midnight Run. Thanks. Midnight Run is about an accountant played by Charles Grodin who embezzles money from the mob.
Robert De Niro is the bounty hunter who's assigned to bring him to justice.
Your bail bondsman hired me to bring you back to L.A., and that's what I'm doing.
I got money enough. I'm sure you do. I'll give you whatever you want.
Stop by shutting up. I know you all have 2 minutes, and already I don't like it.
Gotta drag him back across the country, and wackiness ensues.
Sun is on a midnight run like De Niro.
De Niro was the funniest I've ever seen him.
What the is going on there?
Eddie, I swear to God, don't start with me now, or I will shoot him and I will dump him in a swamp!
The whole chemistry between him and Charles Grodin was terrific.
You just said you were hurt. I didn't say I was hurt. You said I was hurt. I asked you if you were hurt, and you said, yeah, I'm hurt. That's because you made me say. You're starting to put words in my mouth.
Jack, you're a grown man. You have control over your own words.
You're damn right I do. So here come 2 words for you. Shut the up.
Out of my dreams.
You immediately side with De Niro in Midnight Run because you just want Charles Grodin dead.
What's the matter?
I got an ulcer.
An ulcer?
Yeah, I got an ulcer. I got a big ulcer. All your bullshit gotta make it bleed again.
What have I done to deserve this? You do anything and I'll throw you on the brain!
I think that every other word out of his mouth was
rat!
the F word.
The scenes on the plane, you know, where Charles Grodin can't fly and he's wigging out.
No, you don't touch me!
These things go down! These things go down!
It's too big! It's too big! It can't go up!
And it turns out that he's fake. Not only is he not afraid to fly, he actually can pilot a plane.
You're flying, you son of a bitch! Get over here!
The idea lets Charles Grodin go.
Over their journey, they really sort of developed this friendship, and Charles Grodin sort of helps Robert De Niro out in the end.
And Charles Grodin calls him back over here, and he had money on him all the time, and I think he gave him $300,000 to go buy a coffee shop.
See you in the next life. See you in the next life.
Back in 1988, on Martin Luther King's birthday, Jimmy the Greek, who was a commentator at the time for CBS, made a statement about the black athlete.
It basically boiled down to, I think, black people are stupid, right?
The slave owner would breed his big black to his big woman so that he could have a big black kid. See? I mean, that's where it all started.
He went that route.
Well, let me get that all down because I didn't think I got all that. Big black man, big black woman, big black baby. Any other questions?
First of all, I would like to say the reason that black people are such amazing athletes, is that they have the big thighs and the big butt. The big thighs and the big butt. Because back in the slave days, they used to breed them together. And that made them a stronger and bigger athlete. Hey, hey, hey!
I was praising the black athlete. I wasn't knocking him, and I never would.
Jimmy the Greek claimed that his racist comments were trying to compliment black athletes. That would be like me saying, wow, Greek people are really fast because they have to chase those goats to have sex with them.
If you look back at history, it actually was true what Jimmy the Greek said. Problem is, you just don't say that on mainstream TV.
Sometimes you need to keep your comments to yourself. Keep your black history comments to yourself. We don't need it. Whatever you're thinking.
When you hear comments like that, it's just Obviously, he had been drinking.
One thing I like is drunken white men. You guys keep it real.
I was careful not to drink this morning.
I apologize profusely, and I do it once again.
Out where the river broke, the bloodwood and the desert oak.
When I first heard the Midnight Oil Beds Are Burning song, I was, as usual, confused by the lyrics.
The time has come to say fair's fair, to pay the rent now, to pay our share.
They're singing actually about Australia's use of the land that they took from the Aborigines.
Not a lot of people know about the plight of Aborigines.
Enter Midnight Oil. I didn't know it was so political. I just liked the guy. He looked freaky.
He's kind of a Devo kind of guy where he's so weird you gotta watch him.
And he did these crazy dances, and I guess they do in Australia.
He wasn't cute. He was really tall and he had a shaved head.
Really, he looked like the guy from The Hills Have Eyes. I could just very easily see him come climbing down out of the mountains and eating your brains.
Whatever happened to Midnight Oil?
They didn't burn it.
I love 88.
A rat tail was when you kept your hair short in the front.
In the back will be this thing hanging down.
It looked like a rat's tail.
You mean one of these? One of those?
I want every part of my hair cut, except for this tiny little piece right here, so I can hide it when I go into the office.
Just put the rat tail in your shirt and nobody knows that you're a freak.
And then, all right, let's get out of this office and whip out this tiny braided rat tail of mine.
Highly fashionable among a certain set.
The guys that would have rat tails usually were the guys who played air guitar in the parking lot of your high school.
A little more Trans Am, you know what I mean? Oh, did I ever have a rat tail?
I'm just waiting until this thing goes long enough that I can, like, braid it or put some beads on it or something like that to really accent it.
To be able to put your rat tail in your mouth was a bragging right.
You nibble on the end of it.
And the ladies loved it.
That's so gross. Why'd I put it in my mouth, y'all? I'm gross.
That was a really hideous look.
It's a cry for help. You've got a rat tail. What happened to you?
10 times worse than a mullet. Rat, tails, gross.
I'll run this damn show, and I'll keep the people going. Now shut up or get the hell out.
Morton Downey Jr. was some of the best television ever allowed on the air.
Basically, an angry, racist exploitation of television.
Bring on the bimbos, baby.
Tell me who do you love?
Morton Downey was the man. Him and Phil Donahue. I loved Morton Downey so much. Chain smoked, was belligerent, would just rip people to shreds.
He said what all of us were thinking but were afraid to verbalize.
Get down, you fat bitch. Listen, you. Get down.
He didn't like you. You'd get the finger in your face.
And don't you ever claim you do this in the name of God.
We had this small little audience of maybe 30 people on like bleachers. It was like the old Howdy Doody set.
It was like made out of cardboard and balsa wood in some warehouse in New Jersey.
It was like human cockfights.
I remember that show with the Reverend Sharpton and Roy Innes. They got into it.
You have your time. Brother, and I got it.
It was like Shock TV at its best.
He was like a Dan Aykroyd character, you know, with the ashy cigarette dangling out of his mouth.
Don't you just hate people that are overbearing and, you know, I don't know, blow smoke in your face? Let's bring them out, shall we?
You're chain smoking in my face, and you're gonna get cancer, and please, don't...
Morton Downey Jr. was like the 80s version of Bill O'Reilly. Just obnoxious, cut people off, control freak, a lot of anger. It's good TV.
And to the blacks who want to rip it up, kiss my butt. To the whites who want to rip it up, kiss the other side of my butt. Good night, everybody.
I love 88.
Coming up, good old-fashioned violence in Mike Tyson's video game.
I remember I was so excited. I finally got to Mike, and I finally had my opportunity. And then, boom, boom, and that's it. He was done.
He was hard to beat because he bit you. And Gary Shandling perfects the art of TV primping.
How's my hair? How does this look?
I look good. I look good for this show.
Next on I Love the 80s 3D, 1988. But first...
Hi, I'm Alan Thicke, a hot pop of the past, bringing you the smoking moms of 1988. Demi Moore, seen here pregnant with Ashton. Katherine Hellman, she taught Alyssa Milano everything she knows, thanks. And Joanna Kearns, the best mom money can buy. Those are the hot moms of 1988, and with moms like that, you know where their daughters got it from.
Hi, I'm Emmanuel Lewis, here to school you on the pop culture term of 1988. PC, politically correct. The alteration of a word or phrase to avoid offense. For example, she's so PC. She calls the bald man follically challenged. That was a pop culture term for 1988. You've been schooled.
Hello down there. You guys hear me?
It's Gary Shandling Show was one of the most innovative shows that's ever been on the air.
It is the best theme song ever.
This is the theme to Gary Show.
The opening theme to Gary Show.
Gary called me up and asked if I would write his theme song.
I'm almost halfway finished. How do you like it so far?
How do you like the theme to Gary Show? It was like, you know what? Audience, you're not stupid. This is Gary Shandling Show. It's like, that's what you're watching. It doesn't have to be a song about flying eagles on high or something.
It's Gary Shandling Show was a show about a show.
It was Gary at home being Gary, knowing that he's being filmed for his TV show.
Boy, he really makes it sound appealing, doesn't he?
And it was perfectly natural to have an audience of 200 people and talk to the camera while you were at home.
Hi, audience, I'm home.
It seemed to sort of break this common law of show business. You just walk across and you see a grip standing there, or you see the camera, and it was sort of like, oh yeah, this is a show, point.
You'll get sitcoms that have a lot of like elbow and wink and eyebrow raising kind of jokes, but Gary would point at every single one of them on purpose.
Why don't you put one in the bathroom? That's where I do most of my talking on the phone.
Yeah, there's a pretty picture.
How's my hair? How does this look?
My hair looks good. I look good for this show.
He cares very much about how he looks. How's my hair? How's my hair?
Your hair looks great.
I Love 88.
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was great.
I played that game night and day.
I sucked at that game.
Too much in my life is probably devoted to Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
You're like a little dude who's like way down below and you have to jump like twice your height to hit the guy.
This is what I remember from Punch-Out.
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out gave us all a chance to get in the ring with the big guy, but you had to face a number of other boxers first.
The most ridiculous characters ever.
I remember Glass Joe was the first guy. Glass Joe's the guy who, when you're fighting, he's like, "Is it over yet? I'm a and like you just kick his ass."
There was one guy, King Hippo, I think, like every time he punched him in the stomach, his pants would fall down.
Super Macho Man's breast jiggled when he won, which always frightened me a little bit. He shakes his pecs like that, and then he you up.
Bald Bull, it took me about 3 years to get past him. I eventually did.
And if you could kick Bald Bull's ass, you were a man amongst your friends.
It was hard to get to Mike.
He was the last guy you had to beat in order to beat the game, and my friends were obsessed with beating Mike Tyson.
I think I can beat Mike Tyson.
I remember I was so excited. I finally got to Mike, and I finally had my opportunity. And then, boom, boom, and that's it. He was done.
He was hard to beat because he bit you.
Apparently, there's a fix on the game where you can beat Tyson just by dating Robin Givens.
If you play the game now, he doesn't fight you. He just sits in the corner and goes, "Where did all my money go?" Like, Tyson, if you see this, please, God, don't hit me in public.
The Tanning Salon. Every week, millions of Americans pay between $6 and $20 for the look they don't get from the sun.
Tanning salons. I used to live in the tanning salon.
The tanning beds look dangerous. They look like some weird time capsule.
You're in a coffin, basically, like a light lit up coffin. You put it on these weird like plastic cups over your eyes so your eyeballs wouldn't get fried, which should have told you right there that there was something not right about the process. You sweat so bad, you get up off this plastic, you smell horrible, and then somebody else goes and lies down in it. It's like laying down on a toilet or something.
Do you go naked or do you wear underwear? Do you wear your bathing suit?
Nude. Definitely nude.
You'd always take off your bathing suit top because you were by yourself and you'd burn your little areas that don't usually get the sunshine.
When I went to a tanning bed, I'd wear goggles to cover my eyes and a tiny little cap for my wiener.
There's definitely this orangey pallor from those tanning salons.
Gorgeous. It just was a different color brown that wasn't right.
Me, I want to look pale, not ruddy. That's why I wear so much blush.
It's just so stupid. It's like putting your poodle in a microwave. But we didn't know that at the time, did we?
There are acute problems, namely burning of the eyes and the long-term complications of skin cancer.
What are you saying? They're dangerous? Oh. This just did? Tanning beds are good for you.
Rod Still Forever Young is an icon song.
May the good Lord be with you down every road you roll.
The video featured Rod Stewart with a young redheaded child.
Who may or may not be his child. And they're crossing the state line. And we're not sure why. And the kid is crying, and he's trying to calm the kid down. He tried Thorazine, and I was going to sing the song. It's okay, kid. Everything's fine.
May your guiding light be strong. Don't let daddy touch your dog. Whatever road you choose, I'm right behind you. Win or lose, forever young, forever young, forever young.
If you see Rod Stewart now, you'll know he's not quite forever young. But I think as long as you're forever young in your head, that's all that matters.
Coming up, Leslie Nielsen and the best wireless microphone joke ever.
They're at a press conference and Frank is mic'd, and he excuses himself to go to the bathroom, but he's still mic'd.
And then he pees for like an hour. I think he farted too.
Next on I Love the 80s 3D, 1988. But first, craving some 3D bonus material and 80s ringtones? Log on to VH1.com. Make sure to check out V-Spot. Guilty, not guilty of 1988.
The less than honorable Harry Anderson presiding. Defendant, Sherman Hemsley. Charge, defamation of TV character. Fans feared that Sherman would cheapen the memory of George Jefferson by creating a new but similar character, the insufferable Deacon Fry on the sitcom Amen. Verdict, not guilty. Sentence, 2 Wheezies and a Thelma. Time served. The court of 1988 is now in recess.
I'm Lieutenant Frank Drebin, Police Squad.
Naked Gun. He was so funny. It's stupidity on stupidity.
Cuban? No, Dutch Irish. My father was from Wales.
Frank Drebin, who was played by Leslie Nielsen, was basically the most incompetent cop you could possibly have.
When I see 5 weirdos dressed in togas stabbing a guy in the middle of the park in full view of 100 people, I shoot the bastards. That's my policy.
That was a Shakespeare in the Park production of Julius Caesar, you moron.
I'm a sucker for Leslie Nielsen. That sort of slapstick humor is hysterical.
His mission was to protect the Queen when the Queen was coming to America for a visit.
all sorts of these great little gags. Like, they're at a press conference and Frank is mic'd, and he excuses himself to go to the bathroom, but he's still mic'd. So you hear, over the sound system,
and then he pees for like an hour, and then it just stops, and then a little dribble comes out, and then another dribble, and then a long stream comes out.
That's called draining the monster right there, baby.
I think he farted too.
I think my favorite scene in the whole movie is where he's coming off the plane and there's a huge crowd of people there waiting to wave at him and stuff. There he is!
And you came down here to get a hot story, didn't you?
And his partner goes, Frank,
for you.
They're not for you.
Weird
Al is on the plane.
And then Weird Al Yankovic comes off the plane. That scene blew my mind.
My favorite scene in Naked Gun is when Leslie Nielsen ends up as an umpire behind the plate.
And he was calling everything a strike. And then he just totally forgot about that he was supposed to be undercover and that he just couldn't wait to call strike.
He's moonwalking behind home plate. He's flipping. Yeah, out of here.
And they started dancing. Oh, that was hilarious. I'm going to go buy it right now.
Take care of yourself, baby. By the way, I faked every orgasm.